Hey guys, welcome back to the Crazy Cozy Corner. I'm Brianna, and this is the Crazy Cozy Corner. Let's tackle this month and talk about our TBR tackle. I just finished reading Dungeons and Drama, and I loved this book. Okay, so the Dating and Dragons was cute, but this one, literally had me giggling, kicking my feet. Because it was so cute. This sense of humor just resonated with me. But I felt, I guess, more connected to this female main character than I did in the other one, because she loves theater, she loves musicals, and she eventually learns to love D&D. And so I was like, she's me if I could sing, if I had talent. But I loved this book. And it was, apparently I really do like the enemies to lovers trope, even though it's enemies to friends to dating kind of thing. But it was it just checked all the boxes for me. It was fake dating. And sometimes it can be a little weird with fake dating, but I think this was beautifully done. And then just, like I said, I started it yesterday, but I finished the bulk of it today because I have tomorrow off for the 4th of July, and so I was able to stay up a little bit later to finish it. But when I tell you I was kicking my feet, I was giggling, and I was like, maybe it's just a me thing, but when I'm reading something and it gets a reaction out of me, it's so cute. I'm literally squeal or squawk, because I'm just I just gotta get the feelings out, because I'm but I loved this. I did rate it 4 stars, although it honestly just hit, so it might actually be a 5 star. I'll have to sit on it, because I could definitely see myself reading this again and enjoying it just as much, because maybe in this one, the male main character, he didn't seem as, I mean, he was very much a man written by a woman, but he didn't seem as unrealistic as the other dude, and he seemed to have more dimension, in my opinion. But then there was, the stakes were there, but it also wasn't non-existent like it felt with the other book, where it was they had that rule that kept them from dating, and so they didn't necessarily spend a lot of time with each other. But this one, we saw the chemistry. It grew. Spring music, how I just I loved it. Okay, so let me tell you about it. I mean, I kind of already have, but we follow Riley and Nathan. I know I just finished this book, but remembering names, but we follow Riley and Nathan. Riley kind of hijacked her mom's car without permission and without a license to go see a musical, so she got grounded. And the grounding sentence meant no extracurricular activities. She had to work at her dad's shop, stuff like that. And so Riley, she saw that as a horrible punishment, because she couldn't work on theater, something she loves. But then she also had to spend time with her dad, and her parents are divorced, and so she feels like she's kind of doing her mom dirty for being with her dad, but it was her mom's idea. But it ended up being for the best, because she makes Riley makes some friends. Riley has a friend, Hashiko, that she also introduces to the game store and the D&D group, and they all start playing together. But I guess we should talk about why they fake date. Riley, her ex, came into the store, her dad's store, with his new girlfriend, and so she blurted out that she was dating Nathan. And so to get Nathan to go along with it, she's like, I can help you, because there's this girl that comes in, and she's only interested in having what she can't have, right? And so you can date me, and then she can actually become she'd be interested in you because you've made yourself too available. And so that's how they start this fake dating. And then eventually Nathan says why don't we just fake this relationship all the time, so it's not so confusing, Like, we don't always have to be looking over our shoulder. And I'm like, boy, you ain't slick. You just want to spend more time with her and flirt with her for no reason. And I'm like, me too. Not really. Like, but I loved this book. Like, I could gush about it. Like, and I would talk in circles, but like, I don't know. No, I just like, I had, and it was perfect because I had the zoomies tonight. Like, I don't know if anybody like gets like that. I just had like a decent day, but also like I found some like some good news and stuff. And so I was just like super good mood, so I was super hyper. And so this book was just like feeding the hyperness that I had. So like I had to get up a few times after, like I had to put the book down and like do some jumps to get the like energy out, because like the squealing and kicking my feet was not enough. And so I had to jump around while listening to Pride and Prejudice in the background. Yes, I multitasked with this, but it was like, I don't know. Like, if I could get you to read a book that's just fun and cutesy, it would definitely be this one. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute. So, yeah, I don't know. I really hope I find a good book next. Hopefully, this all works out. I am upgrading. I got myself a little microphone to hopefully improve video or audio quality. Video, we got what we got. Like, that's not going to change for probably a while. But I honestly forgot that I started filming this video. I was like, I felt super behind, but I feel a little bit better knowing that I talked about the Dungeons and Drama. So I can tell you about the other books that I've knocked off my TBR, whether purposely or not. So then I read another volume of Naruto, and I'm going to tell you, not anything about the book, but like I was so upset because I didn't buy this new. I bought it pre-owned, but look, like this isn't even the only page. Like I'd have to go through it more to find it again. But I like there was several pages that were like cut or drawn on or stuff like that, and I was like, if you're gonna use a book for like artistic reasons, I totally understand that, but don't resell it or give it away to like a like like I didn't. It was very disappointing, and so I would really like a volume 5 that isn't messed up, because there was some things that I obviously missed that I kind of had to interpret. But I love, like, this is a fun time. Um, it makes me happy because like it it's it's fun and there's a lot going on, but it's very like more visual. And so like I still feel like I'm reading, but like right now, the sitting down and reading is a little hard, and I've been not great at reading or listening to my audiobooks. But I mean, I just deleted my Instagram and Facebook off my phone and everything, so I might be making more time to do that. Then I literally just finished Animal Farm, and dang, it was, I didn't know what to expect, I guess, but because I didn't read it in school, and my sister made fun of me. She was like, most people were forced to read this in school, and you're just choosing to. Like, yeah, it's like there's a reason it was like a required reading. Although I stayed in regular classes and then skipped to PAP the next year, so I didn't have to read it. Not on purpose. Like I didn't know, but like it's just kind of how it worked out. Um, Animal Farm is kind of, I mean, if you haven't heard about it, it's kind of a political statement. And it's not, it was about the time, but it also kind of transcends it. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I would definitely recommend reading it because there was something, I think, at the end of one of the chapters, like, I'll have to read it to you because it was crazy. It said, Squealer was sent to make the necessary explanations to the others. Comrades, he cried, you do not imagine, I hope, that we pigs are doing this in the spirit of selfishness and privilege. Many of us actually dislike milk and apples. I dislike them myself. Our sole object in taking these things is to preserve our health. Milk and apples? This has been proven by science, comrades. Contain substances absolutely necessary to the well being of a pig. We pigs are brain workers. The whole management and organization of this farm depend on us. Day and night we are watching over your welfare. It is for your sake that we drink the milk and eat those apples. Do you know what would happen if we pigs failed our duty? Jones would come back. Yes, Jones would come back. Surely, comrades, cried Squealer almost pleadingly. There is no one among you that wants to see Jones come back. And so it was just like the manipulation was fabulously done. Like it's something that if you're actually in, you probably wouldn't notice. But I was reading it and knowing that it was kind of about like just, you know, politics being influenced by humans and ideas kind of getting distorted, or in this case, animals. Like when there's outside influence, it ends up not being for the greater good of all. That's just kind of human and in this book, animal nature, unfortunately. But it was just like it was so sad to read through the books and to see how little things would get changed and little things would get changed, and it like really talks about how if you're lower class or people who don't make decisions, like if they aren't informed or they don't know how to read stuff like that, it really affects on like how much the government or the leaders can get away with. It really made me think of like how the church was for a long time was, you know, only the clergy could read the Bible. Like they were the only ones that were literate and learned about it. And so, like, people, the everyday people that had to work, you know, the farms and till the ground and do like everything that they didn't have time to learn to read or whatever. But because they, like, you know, the church kept the mass, for lack of better terms, no, not stupid, but illiterate. Like, they kept them from being able to question authority. And so, like, there was the crazy things that churches would institute to, and people would go along with it because they didn't know any better. And that's why it's like so important to read the text of, you know, what you believe to see if like what's being like taught to you by other people. If you're listening to other people, it's important to know, like, have your own understanding, because someone else's understanding like is not going to be yours because we all think so differently, which is very 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 interesting. But I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. I think i I don't know if I would ever actually like go out of my way to read it again, but it's definitely like prompting. Like it prompts a lot of thoughts and questions. I would not have appreciated this book in high school, but I can appreciate it now because I chose to read it. But yeah, that is going to be it for this TBR tackle. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for listening to me ramble. But I'll see you in the next. Bye.